That'd be a bummer to get all to the end and be like,
I know.
didn't even record. What? All right, we're live. We can begin.
Okay, I can start with number 1.
Okay.
Assume for Guatemala that the domestic price of coffee without international trade is higher than the world price of coffee. This suggests that, and I got D on this one, that other countries have comparative advantage over Guatemala in the production of coffee, and Guatemala will import coffee. And I figured that because it would cost them less if they had plenty of it.
That's what I got too.
Yes, that's what I got.
Awesome.
Sweet.
All right, I'll take number 2. Suppose the nation of Canada forbids international trade. In Canada, you can obtain a hockey stick by trading 5 baseball bats. In other countries, you can obtain a hockey stick by trading 8 baseball bats. These facts indicate that, and I chose all of the above are correct.
Me too.
Yeah, so D. All right.
Yeah.
Number 3 was patterns of trade among nations are primarily determined by C, comparative advantage.
Yep, that's what I got.
Cool.
Patterns of trade. Number 3. Okay. Yeah, comparative advantage. Sorry, I was just opening up the quiz. I didn't have it opened yet. I didn't realize.
Oh, sorry. Started without you.
No, I just literally walked in the door and opened up my laptop real quick. So.
Nice.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, and then number 4. Sorry, give me just a sec to bring it up. It's taking a bit to load. Okay, number 4. After a country goes from disallowing trade in coffee with other countries to allowing trade in coffee with other countries, I got C on this one. Mm-hmm. The domestic price of coffee will equal the world price of coffee because prices would then...
Yep, that's what I got.
Yep. Yes, that's what I got as well. Okay, number 5. There it is. Okay. So the before trade domestic price of peaches in the United States is $40 per bushel. The world price of peaches is $52 per bushel. The U.S. is a price taker in the market for peaches. When peaches is allowed, the United States, and I picked B, will become an exporter of peaches.
Yep, that's what I got too.
Okay.
Same one.
All right.
Cool. Number 6. Trade enhances the economic well-being of a nation in the sense that, and I put C, trade results in an increase in total surplus.
Number 6. Yeah, I got C.
Yep. That is it.
Sweet.
Okay. And 7. If this country allows free trade in tricycles, I got A, consumers will gain and producers will lose.
Yep.
And I just figured that it will lower the price if others get cheaper, but local producers lose the profit. So.
You're going to be quiet and you'll live in your
Yep, that's what I got.
Yes, that's what I got as well.
Jesse, is that your family?
Yes, my kids are being crazy in the background.
That's great.
It's not a soundproof room, so you can hear them as they're going crazy.
That's all right.
My poor wife, though, she's probably losing it. Like, be quiet.
Yep.
Oh wow.
It's like that video of that political guy where his kids come in and his wife comes like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Seen that. That was so great.
Yeah. Oh, fun. Where were we? Question 8?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, is it my turn or is it yours, Jessica?
I think it's yours. I don't know. I don't remember.
I'll take it. No worries. When a country allows trade and becomes an exporter of a good, which of the following is not a consequence? And I chose B. I was kind of guessing, but it's the price received by domestic producers of the good increases.
This one I put C.
Yeah, I put C as well, just because domestically they would buy more products. because they're there and they're readily available. So that was my reasoning behind it.
Yeah. That one was
Okay,
a
well-
trick question with the not a consequence, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to think through that one. So makes sense. So I'll go with C.
Okay, for number 9. Which with trade producer surplus is, and I got A, 900.
Yes.
Okay, I got.
And that's because I followed took me forever to figure this out, but I followed the way that they do it in the book. And then it like says just the area of the triangle, which is below the world price and then to the left of the supply. So that tiny little triangle. And then I was just stuck on that. I was like, then what? Then what do you do? And it was you have to find the area of that section. And so you take 1/2 times base times height, and that's how you can get the area. So that one took a while to get.
Yeah, this one I struggled big time with. I have like a paragraph written here trying to explain it out to myself to try to figure it out again. But
Yeah.
I'm with
Nope.
So.
1/2 times base times height to find the triangle area, and it worked. And then the rest, like the next like 3 questions, I think are like the same. You have to find the area.
Yes.
So as soon as you're able to figure out which area it is, then you can compute the area, and it was one of the answers.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And then number 10, let's see here. Okay, so number 10 I struggled with. I couldn't figure it out, and so I didn't have an answer on there. I don't know if you guys.
Okay. Yep, I got 845 B.
Yeah, I got 845 as well.
And so can you explain like which because we're finding the area of the triangle, I figure, and which triangle that would be?
If you go to your textbook on page, let me find it here, or section, because you'll want to have this like picture in your head anytime that you do it. It's section 9-2A for when the price is above, I believe it is, or price is below. And then section 9-2B is
Everything below.
everything below. Yeah. So it helps. Like you kind of have to like look at it for a while to figure out what it's saying. But then once you figure out where the area is, like they have different sections, you're able to compute that into like the graph example that they have in the homework. So
Okay.
once you can like draw it on a piece of paper and like shade it in so that you have like a visual. I just like used in a Word document, I just made little triangles of the sections that highlighted which was the place I needed to get the area. And then with the area equation, I found what the area was for those.
Yeah. Okay.
So that helped me the most by looking at those and then drawing my own graph. If that helps you, that might be the best way to go.
Yeah, because I was like using paint and stuff and trying to draw over this, trying to figure that out, and I just could not figure out which math was which.
Yeah, these were not easy graphs.
No.
Nope. So I think the next one was the hardest of the ones that one of the hardest.
Yeah, I had to play with this one quite a bit. So question 11. I got, what was it again? It was C, 1,870.
Yep.
Is that what you guys got?
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I got. So yeah,
Sweet.
This one again, you're finding the area of triangles and then you're adding them all up together by going off of what the total surplus would be. So that's consumer and producer. So you have to add those in. But again, the textbook is like a great help for visually seeing what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Question 12. When the country moves from free trade to trade and a tariff, consumer surplus I put B, decreases by 576, and producer surplus increases by 192. Again, this was a math problem. You had to figure out what the consumer surplus was before the tariff and then after the tariff, and you had to take the before and subtract the after. And then same thing with the producer surplus. So did you guys get that answer or figure that one out?
Yeah, I got B on that one. B is
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, and then question 13. The nation of Aquilonia has decided to end its policy of not trading with the rest of the world. When it ends its trade restrictions, it discovers that it is importing rice. It is importing rice, exporting steel, and neither importing nor exporting TVs. We can conclude that producer surplus in Aquilonia is now, and I got A on this one because
Me too.
they manufacture more steel than they need, and they can't really make rice that they need, and they're fine with their TVs. So.
Yep.
That's right.
Sweet.
Awesome.
All right. So 14. The deadweight loss created by the tariff is represented by the areas, and I put B, D plus F.
Yep.
I got that one because it says almost this exact same thing in the book or TC or whatever.
Yeah, that was like the easiest one. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. Got an answer.
Right from the book. There we go.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, 15. Suppose the government imposes a tariff of $20 per unit relative to the free trade outcome. The imposition of the tariff, I put A, decreases imports of the good by 300 units and increases domestic production of the good by 300 units. I might have this wrong.
This one I struggled with, but I guess C on it, so I wouldn't know either way. So
see, it was a toss up for me. I was between A and D, just because I was like, well, it's one of those two. Doing the math, I think A is more likely to be right.
I was just going off of like if you go to the first point of 40 meets 600.
Right.
Then it goes over to 60, which meets 900. The difference is 300, and it's the same on the other side as well. It's actually like a symmetrical graph, so it's the exact same on the other side, and that's why I came up with it had to be 300 for both. But then again, I could be wrong on that one. That one I didn't find an answer in the book for. So
yeah, I didn't find an answer, and where I was getting the 600 from, so where the points meet on the $60 line at 900, and I think it's 1800. I added up the total in between that, which would have been like, or is that 1500? It's 600. I'm like, well, maybe they're making 600 more.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, decrease by 600, but then increase by 600. But that's where I was kind of like, well, which one is it?
Yeah. Well,
so I guess we could go with A and call it good.
I'm going to go with A. I'm just going to go with A.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And then 16. Let's see. 16. The amount of revenue collected by the government from the tariff is, I went with B, 400, because the world price plus the tariff would be what the government collects, I guess.
So I got 200, and to find the total revenue collected by the government, it is the squares that you see between the world price and the world price plus the tariff. The two triangles on the sides of them are dead weights, so you don't count those. You just count the little dashed squares, and there's two of them there.
Okay.
And you can calculate the area of that again, and then it gets 200, which is what I put. And that one I did find in the book that area was PowerPoint, I think. Yeah, PowerPoint slide 15.
Yeah.
Was that.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So 17, the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade was initiated in response to. Now, I couldn't find an exact answer on this, but I guessed D.
Yeah.
I had to. Yep, I had to Google that one.
Okay. I
And
was looking
that's-
at Google and I couldn't find it, but
Yep, that was the answer that Google, like exactly, like Great Depression of the 1930s. I was like, oh great.
And this
Okay.
one,
'Cause I looked
it was
through the whole-
actually in the book too. It was in 9-3E is where I found it.
Okay.
okay. I missed it then.
I was trying to find it. I like couldn't find it, so I was like, I'm just gonna Google it.
Well, I didn't know about the search feature in the textbook until this last week. That helped a lot.
Oh, nice, cool, awesome. Okay, for question 18, the infantry industry argument, I put A is based on the belief that protecting industries when they are young will pay off later.
Yes, that's what I got.
Yep, I got something there. I found that in the book too, 9-3.
Pretty straightforward, yeah. All right. For question 19, which of the following arguments for trade restrictions is often advanced? This one was tricky. I couldn't find it, and I didn't know what they meant by the word advanced, in what sense they were trying to use that. But I put that the trade restrictions are sometimes necessary for national security.
Nice, that's it. I found it in the book
Just
at
oh, good.
9-3E. So yeah, it's
Nice.
D.
It is
Okay.
D.
Good.
I was between B, but all right. Looks like we found it. So that's good.
Awesome.
And number 20, economists view the fact that Florida grows oranges, Texas pumps oil, and California makes wine as A. And I found this in the book at 9-4.
Me too. A is correct.
Yes, that is what I got. All right.
All right. I'm gonna go submit it. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, let's see what we come back with. This felt like a pretty good week, except for
A minus 18 out of 20.
Oh,
Two of those are off. But pretty good job. Pretty good job. That was our best score so far.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah. I got 19.
And there were some tricky ones. Oh, you did?
I don't know what we got different, but
Oh, probably the one where for 15, the like decreases imports by good by 300
oh yeah.
or increase by 300. Do you remember what you put for that?
I put C on that, but it was a random guess, so I
Oh,
might have gotten that right.
so close. Nice one.
Yeah, that might have been it. Well, sweet. That
Awesome.
worked out. I'm gonna end the broadcast.